Hello everyone. For this video, we'll be learning about inverse functions and its importance. So what are inverse functions? In mathematics, an inverse function is a function that reverses another function. The inverse function of f of x is denoted by f negative 1 of x. Why should we learn about inverse functions? Inverse functions are used in our daily lives, and we can use these to reverse certain formulas. Example A, daily life. Since an inverse function is basically undoing the effect of another function, we can say that an inverse function is done when a computer reads a number you type in and converts it to a binary code or number for internal storage and then prints it out again on the screen for you to see. Example B, reversing a formula. Since an inverse function reverses another function, we can say that the inverse function of the formula that converts Celsius temperature to Fahrenheit temperature is the formula that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius. So the question is, how do we actually solve for the inverse of a function? For the next scene, I will show you the step-by-step process of finding the inverses of these two functions. So now let's solve the first example. First, we replace f of x by y. So that will be y is equal to 2x plus 3. Then we interchange x and y. That will be x is equal to 2y plus 3. So now we solve for y in terms of x. So x minus 3 is equal to 2y. Take note that what we did is that we moved the 3 from the right side to the left side. So that will be x minus 3 already. Okay, now we divide both sides by 2 so that we can cancel out the 2 from the right side, leaving us with y is equal to x minus 3 over 2. Now the next thing we will do is replace y with f negative 1 of x. So now we have our inverse function, which is f negative 1 of x is equal to x minus 3 over 2. This is now our inverse function, but we should still verify if it's correct. So let's verify if f of x and f negative 1 of x are inverses of each other. So for this, we will actually apply the composition of function. So now let's test. So here we have the value of x will be the value of the inverse function. So we will incorporate 2 times x minus 3 over 2 plus 3 to the solution of the function. So we can cancel out 2. What's left will be x minus 3 plus 3. Then we cancel out 3, since negative 3 plus 3 is equal to 0. And so we'll be actually left with x. So f of f negative 1 of x is equal to x. So let's continue checking. The value of x will now be the value of the function, which is 2x plus 3. So we will incorporate 2x plus 3 to the solution of the inverse function. So that's 2x plus 3 minus 3 over 2 Positive 3 minus 3 is equal to 0, leaving us with 2x over 2. Cancel out 2. Now we will be left with x. So f negative 1 of f of x is equal to x. So upon checking and verifying, we actually saw that they both equated to x. This means that they are inverses of each other. Next, we will solve for the inverse of the second function, which is 3x plus 3. First, we replace f of x by y, so we'll get y is equal to 3x plus 3. Then the second step is to interchange x and y. So we'll get x is equal to 3y plus 3. Now let's solve for y in terms of x. So the 3 in our right side, we'll transfer it to the left side, making it negative 3. So x minus 3 is equal to 3y. Divide both sides by 3 to cancel out 3 in the right side. We're actually left with x minus 3 over 3. And we know that x has a coefficient of 1. So our answer will be y is equal to 1 over 3x minus 1, since negative 3 divided by 3 is equal to negative 1. Now the next step is to replace y with f negative 1 of x. So f negative 1 of x is equal to 1 over 3x minus 1. And this is already our inverse function. But this is not our final answer. We must verify it first and check it. So verify if f of x and f negative 1 of x are inverses of each other by applying composition of function, which we did earlier. So the value of x here is the value of the inverse function, which is 1 over 3x minus 1. We incorporate it to the solution of f of x, which is 3x plus 3. So that will be 3 multiplied by 1 over 3x minus 1. Distribute 3, but we could actually cancel it, leaving us with x minus 3 plus 3. So we actually got negative 3 because we multiplied 3 times negative 1. So we cancel out negative 3 and 3, leaving us with x. So next, the value of x will be the value of the function, which is 3x plus 3. We'll incorporate this to the solution of the inverse function, which is 1 over 3x minus 1, leaving us with 1 over 3 times 3x plus 3 minus 1. So we could actually factor out 3, leaving us with x plus 1. So we could cancel out 3 here. We're left with x plus 1 minus 1. So we cancel out 1 and negative 1, leaving us with x. So since both of them equates to x, we now know that they are inverses of each other. And we're done. We now know what an inverse function is and why it is important to learn about it, and we even know how to solve for the inverse of a given function. Thanks for watching.